Contention. Critique. Conjecture. Conclusion.
The Huddle with paperplusoffice.co.nz. Shop online anytime. They're open 24/7.
On the Huddle this evening, Josie Pagani is with me. Hello, Josie. Good to talk to you.
Hi, Larry.
And,
welcome back.
Thank you, Josie. And Cameron Slater from Whale Oil is with me. G'day, Cam.
Good, nice and refreshed, Larry?
Yeah, I am, yeah.
Good,
yeah.
ready to get stuck in.
Ready to get stuck in. And let's get stuck in with this one, Josie, first. And it's very sad. 2 more soldiers killed in Afghanistan brings the total to 7. Taliban claim responsibility. Does it change much for you, Josie? Talk of withdrawing. I mean, we're leaving anyway next year.
Well, I think this isn't the day for that debate, and I have to admire David Shearer, the Labour Party leader, for not making it a political issue. I mean, I was in Timor, Larry, when our troops were there, and I was just so immensely proud of them. I went up to a village. It was still very volatile. We had to go around in military armed convoys, because the militia was still attacking. And this young soldier I met, who would be just like these 2 guys here, he had not only helped the locals rebuild the school, which had been smashed by the militia, but he'd written a letter home to his mum and asked her to send over his old tools, which he'd left in the garage. So he was training local people to build, and he was leaving his tools behind. So these guys are leaving a legacy there, and they're doing the same here in Afghanistan. They're doing it now, named under a New Zealand flag.
And Cameron, and I think Josie's right. David Shearer did the right thing here. He didn't make political capital out of this at all, so that was good. But the key thing here, Cameron, is I don't think Afghanistan is ever going to be won.
I don't think anybody's ever done well in Afghanistan.
No.
There was a Russian general once said the reason why they didn't do so well is they didn't read their Kipling. But it's not a nice place to be, but our guys have gone there to do a job, and didn't matter whether they were the SAS guys or the PRT guys. They've done the very best that our troops can do, and our troops are among the best in the world.
Hey, Larry, I'll tell you, there's one thing that I want to raise here, because I heard Barry Soper talking about how, and he's absolutely right, the biggest export is heroin. There's one gleaming light of hope for Afghanistan, and that is that they've got about $1 trillion worth of unmined mineral deposits under the ground. So that's iron, copper, gold, lithium. Now, if the international community could shepherd the government through a process where they extract it, where they're extracting those minerals, and the proceeds are building roads and bridges.
Don't tell the Greens, Josie. Don't tell the Greens.
No, but look, and I think that's good. But the opium, I think it'll leave the trillion behind, actually, won't it?
The thing you can do, though, Larry, and I've worked in aid and development for years at the OECD as well, the biggest thing you can do is create jobs, and you do that by building infrastructure, roads and bridges and stuff.
It's the same.
You take the guns out of their hands, and that's a hugely
Well, you're not
effective
going to
thing.
do that, because the Afghans have had guns in their hands since they were invented. So it's never going to happen in that front. But, I mean, this is the same with a number of hotspots around the world, where you have to get the infrastructure working, the area stabilised so that businesses feel safe going in there. And Somalia is in exactly the same situation, where you're transitioning now there. Afghanistan's not quite at that point yet.
We'll come back in just a moment to Josie Pagani and Cameron Slater with me. It's 15 to 6. It is now 13 to 6, back with Josie Pagani and Cameron Slater. Cameron, this one to you first. Colin Craig over the weekend. I'm not quite sure why this guy is the front of the queue on everything right now, but anyway, he's a wannabe politician. He has a lot to say on gay marriage. 1, homosexuals usually have been abused, and number 2, homosexuality is a choice. Where do you see Mr. Craig?
I'm not sure Colin Craig actually knows any gay people, because, I've got a couple of really good friends that are gay, and one of which I sort of, my mate went out with her when she was, when we were at high school together. She's now in a relationship with a woman and has 2 children, and she's a wonderful person, but I'm not sure she was ever abused by her father, or anybody else for that matter. I just don't think he has a grip on reality.
The whole idea, Larry, that you choose whether or not to be gay or not. Look, I've got a message for Colin Craig. Mate, if you're wrestling with the choice about whether you're gay or not, you are gay. No, embrace it.
Okay.
We will celebrate your fabulousness.
I love the website that somebody set up, Weasels That Look Like Colin Craig. I thought that was superb.
Honestly, I mean, it's as if there are a bunch of Kiwi, red-blooded, heterosexual men who come back from the pub and look at a naked man and a naked woman and go, well, it's 50-50, but I think I'll pick the woman this time.
Yeah, if I had a couple more beers, I could go there.
What's the go, though, with this guy, do you think, Cameron? I guess he's got a constituent base out there that he's after?
Well, it's really just naked dog whistling, blatant, upfront, but it's based on a false premise. He's saying that he opposes gay marriage, as he calls it. I call it marriage equality. The fact is he has no ability to influence whether or not it is passed. And even if he does oppose it, what he's saying out the other side of his mouth is that, if we have a referendum at the cost of $11 million, and everybody says, we're okay with gay marriage, then he is too. So where are his principles?
Yeah, and I think, Larry, he's going for, let's assume that the threshold for an MP gets lowered to 4%, so a party like the Conservatives maybe has to get 4%.
God forbid.
God forbid, yeah. So that will be 1 in 25 people need to think, you're right, it's a terrible thing, gay marriage. So I would say he's banking on the fact that he can get the support of 1 in 25 New Zealanders to give him a vote in the next election and get into Parliament.
Got to leave it there, thank you. Josie Pagani and Cameron Slater on the Huddle. NewstalkZB, it is now 10 to 6.